Hello, Mrs. Ontiveros. This is my fourth homework, Bitcoin and blockchain. Well, the first question was, what did you learn that you didn't know? I didn't know that Bitcoin was created a few weeks after the 2008 crisis, nor did I know that the purpose of Bitcoin was, what I understood was that it is an alternative to currency exchange that was anonymous, easily transmit, and not controlled by any bank or intermediary. Mm, the 2008 crisis showed that the financial system had major flaws, and this is what drove people to look for a new way to move their money. The key to Bitcoin in its beginning was trust between people because there were no intermediaries. Its goal was to improve the world and give a chance to countries with unstable and degraded currencies to use another source of currency. Also, Bitcoin does not care about the borders or whether you have ever had a bank account. Its use was revolutionary and innovative. The second question was, what did you find to be the worst regarding the documentary Banking on Bitcoin? Well, I think the worst thing about the documentary was the use of Bitcoin. I remember that BTC King was buying Bitcoins to sell to people who wanted to buy into Silk Road. This page, Silk Road, was created to buy drugs through bitcoins, and this affected the image of this digital currency in such a way that this guy, Charlie Shrem, went to jail accused of narco traffic. The government accused him of pushing a currency that was misused by a client when Charlie had more than 100,000 clients. This is ridiculous. Just for one client, he went to jail. What the government invited was that cash can also be used for people selling drugs or buying. Also, I think the worst thing about the documentary was that after several hearings on bitcoins as a threat, Lasky, this guy, Lasky's conclusion was to regulate this virtual currency, and at the end of his term in government, he created an agency to advise companies to circumvent his own laws. That's really ridiculous. Well, the last question was, should crypto be regulated or not, and why? I think that cryptocurrencies do need to be regulated because there are always going to be people who will find a way to use a beneficial asset for everyone as a weapon to make money and traffic and any kind of illegal stuff. For me, entrepreneurs should not hide. They should only be regulated to control their innovations. The government should be more flexible in their regulations because they believe that if they lose a single point, the 9/11 can happen again. In my opinion, it is important to regulate cryptocurrencies because in the case of MT Gox, the owner disappeared with 750,000 bitcoins of people who put their trust in his company. It's not that Bitcoin doesn't work, it's the people who manage it that can steal it. The government only wants to make innovation safe, but it also should give Bitcoin a chance to be used and still make a profit. The Bit license was very strict and did not allow Bitcoin to be free in many ways. The Bitcoin is a decentralized currency that should stay that way. Several people went to jail for the creation of Bitcoin, but in the 2008 crisis, nobody was jailed. And to finish this, do you think that entrepreneurs want to still making innovations when if you want to change the system, this one, can they provide you of your rights?